Well, imagine being short billions of dollars when the tab comes. That's the reality Washington State is now facing. Governor Bob Ferguson telling Fox 13 this week that the state has hard decisions to make if it wants to balance its budget. Fox 13's AJ Janavel breaks down where those needed dollars might come from.
You know, it's not like we're at a point where I can say, hey, we have now closed this multi-billion-dollar shortfall.
Bob Ferguson is the butt of the joke, and he looks like a fucking joke as a whole. I have nothing more to say. And I'm going to have to start working on my advertisement because he is the butt of the joke.
Now we're just finalizing the budget. That's not where we're at. We're still very much in the difficult decision mode.
Lawmakers like Representative Sean Scott have
Sassy black bastard.
ideas on how to fix the state's massive dollar shortage.
If these corporations were as enthusiastic about paying their taxes as they were about paying to avoid them, there are millions of Washington...
They pay the most taxes, you idiot. If y'all don't understand how to budget like a business, you don't understand the logic within the society and how things work. And this sassy black bastard, and I say again, sassy black bastard you have as a fucking representative is doing nothing but causing more jobs and loss of small businesses as well.
Who would not have to worry about how to pay for higher education, for healthcare, and housing in our state.
And worry about fixing the bass in that voice because we obviously know you're fucking queer as fuck, dude.
Scott wants to target corporations for cash. His proposal would set a 5% tax on salaries that exceed $125,000.
That is fucking insane. That is completely insane. You cannot tax your way to success. And I said this once, and I'm saying this again. Class, repeat this again. You cannot tax your way to success. All you're going to do is tax people into poverty. Tax people to homelessness. Even broke people gonna be more broke. Why? Because they're already broke and stupid.
Estimates that would net $3 billion for the state a year.
And so by the time you get revenue like that in the door, it doesn't solve your problem that's right in front of us, which again is a multi-billion-dollar shortfall.
Governor Bob.
Wait, hold up. Let me hear that shit again. I gotta hear that shit one more time.
A year.
And so by the time you get revenue like that in the door, it doesn't solve your problem that's right in front of us, which...
Wait. I want to hear that shit one more time. I'm sorry. I got to hear that shit one more time.
A year.
And so by the time you get revenue like that in the door, it doesn't solve your problem that's right in front of us, which again is a multi-billion-dollar shortfall.
Governor...
So why the fuck are you taxing people to debt then? He literally said the correct words, making himself look like a plumb fucking fool at the same time. I'm just... You know how I feel right now? He's an idiot. No, you know what? The people who voted for him is idiots.
Bob Ferguson tells me the state needs fast fixes to make up the cash flow shortage. And tax increases...
You can't have fast fixes. It's time consuming. It takes patience. It takes less taxes, because if you have more taxes, it's going to be harder for businesses to flourish. It's going to be harder for businesses to be on a come up. It's going to be harder for them to actually even start a business because you have so many taxes that's going to prevent them from even starting the business to begin with. You have to understand, this dude is not a businessman. You need a businessman as a politician. Why? Because he understands the business strategy of circulating the dollar. Not to mention you have illegal immigrants committing money laundering to putting their dollars towards other countries instead of circulating the dollar in this state alone. You don't have any common sense. He just literally came out of his mouth and said the truth. And I guarantee you a lot of people who are short-minded and have a short attention span won't even see this whole video to the point that he literally just spilled the truth. If I have to turn this to a short to make my point, I would have to do this because you just realized how much y'all fucked up voting for this dude.
Are not the answer for the state's current problem. But what the solution is not easy to find.
There are things one can do that turn on right away, like a sales tax. I can assure you that's not going to happen. You know, I would veto a sales tax increase, right, in a heartbeat. So like those things that can turn on.
He said he would veto a sales tax in a heartbeat, yet instead he literally started signing more taxes into law. Make this shit make sense. I'm posting this video today.
Quickly, property taxes, that's not going to happen either.
Republican Representative Chris Corey tells me the state has money it can spare from the budget to make up for the shortfall.
One of the things we shouldn't have done, and we need to look at potentially rolling back, were huge raises we gave to our state workers.
Reporting in Olympia, AJ Janavel, Fox 13 News.
Well, goddamn. Hold up. I gotta hear that one more time. Hold up. He got a point.
Look at potentially rolling back were huge raises we gave to our state workers.
Reporting in Olympia, AJ Janavel, Fox 13 News.
So you already gave wages, y'all raised them wages for these, y'all gave these people raises? I'm kind of curious, how many people saw this video? We got 48 likes, we got 4.1 thousand views so far. That's including me. So that's it was 3 days ago when this was posted. So I'm curious, how many people actually listened to this? Because I know I've been silent on certain occasions because I want people to, and I have to get this repeated because I want people to listen to what's going on. I want people to listen to what's going on. He knows these higher taxes is not going to, it's not going to lower the budget deficit. He knows this, yet instead he is doing this. And also, he literally said that he's going to continue. If a sales tax would, if they even put a sales tax, he would literally veto it in a heartbeat. But instead he did this. He already fucking put more taxes in the book. Let me tell you something. As a resident of Washington State, I have every right to be pissed off and say what I say. I have every right to curse. So you can't not tell me what to say and what to do. The people who watch this understands, and I know just as well they are just as pissed as I am. Because you have these dumb liberals using Trump derangement syndromes. They have nothing to do but blame Trump constantly when you are focused on federal instead of focusing on local. They are using these same tactics against you, and you are being manipulated constantly while all this money is coming out of your pocket for these stupid ass illegals who should not be here, and for these broke people who need to get their fat asses up and get a job. Do you really understand where I'm coming from at this point? Because like I said, a lot of people won't catch this whole video because most of them have short attention spans. But I'm telling you as much as I can because I'm proving my point every single time. And this is why I stand up with Washington State and I stand for this state. So if you want this state to become better, and yes, I know it's kind of annoying for me to say this because guess what? Until I freaking drive it in y'all heads, y'all are not going to get the point. Vote for Republicans. And this is WhoDatWashington, and I approve this message. So let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section down below.